other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. Unable to corral him, he fights through. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Winston now from the 50. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Hines. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Jameis to throw it. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And McManus missed it. How about that? No good. Wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Remember, the Chiefs and Pats met in the season opener last year, and it was the Chiefs that came in and shocked the defending champs 42-27 behind 4 Alex Smith touchdowns. Now a second down throw for Cousins. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Let's go.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Cousins now on second down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, Cousins. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Winston now to throw on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. He'll buy some time right. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Back Now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
Here we go. Let's just shoot me. Let's just shoot me.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They'll try a little trickery here on the underarm. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
All right, now here we go. Four down. Hey, 382, Liz Simpson.
Cousins. And he fires one incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now Cousins looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Sonic! Green, trouble thing! Boys up!
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They run with Hines. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 low. Sonic. Green, trouble thing. Boys up.
Now it's Hines. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Green, trouble thing. Sonic. 5 low. Boys up.
From the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there? Yeah. Maybe that extra, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They'll toss to Davis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. They go play action here on first down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Second down, Cousins. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Touchdown, Chiefs. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Cousins to throw it. Sliding it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
To throw, Cousins. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. They begin the drive with Hines. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This is Hines, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Hey, stop. Let's go. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Where's that?
Throwing, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They pitch it to Davis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Now Jones. Room here to run. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Cousins now from the 50. And incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4 down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he finds a man on the crossing route. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First down. Here's Cousins. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
To throw is Cousins. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Jameis on 2nd down. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. They'll run it down out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And it's taken in at the 9. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Davis. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Forced out to his left. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Drew Kaiser now, standing just outside his own goal line. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here's Jones. Oh, he slipped right by him. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action now. Cousins rolling to his right. And he rifles one incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's got Moncrief. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. On 1st and 10, Cousins. It's caught, blocked it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Now a toss running left. This is Davis. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable. And here he says, we're going for it on 4th down. It's Cousins on the sneak. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. That one 28 yards on the ground. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Play fake. Cousins. Underneath to Davis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Cousins. Broken tackle. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So now Catanzaro comes on in a pressure spot. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
Touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Now a handoff looking right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late fourth quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
McManus's point after is good, and that is going to put him on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
To the left side here for Eifert. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy.